Well, welcome. This is my cohort Mary Judd here. We are here today representing Songwriting with Soldiers. And what we do with Songwriting with Soldiers is we bring together professional songwriters with wounded soldiers and active duty to turn their stories into songs. What that involves is people listening and taking words and putting them together in songs. And as a way to demonstrate that, we yesterday sat downstairs and I turned a bunch of people into songwriters. And it was great. And today, it's not only is maybe the first innovation conference that you've cried at, this might be the first innovation conference that you sang. So if we could put those lyrics up there. And then what happened was I was thinking about well-being. Yeah.
There we go.
I was thinking about well-being. I was thinking, how do you say? And well-being is actually really hard to sing. Well-being, it's like it just doesn't work. So I was thinking, okay, how can we turn well-being into something? I put my songwriter hat on, and it came out something like this. And if you were in the session yesterday, you now have a moral responsibility
to stand up,
to be a leader, and help those poor folks that.
Darden, make them stand
They went to the other sessions, and it's not like we're better, but
yes,
they'll see. So
stand up if you were in that session yesterday.
Yeah, stand up if you were cool enough to come to our session. It's not like a competition, but those are winners right there, folks. And you have to sing. You gotta take great care if you want to make great care. We gotta take great care to everyone, everywhere. Be alive and be happy. Serve your community. Be healthy and thrive. Seize the opportunity. Build a better world for you and me. You gotta take great care if you wanna make great care. Oh, we gotta take great care for everyone, everywhere. Babies need moms and mom needs sleep. And if your heart is breaking, you gotta find sweet relief and let your spirit awaken. Your health can't be forsaken. You gotta take great care if you wanna make great care. For everyone, take great care. For everyone, everywhere. I can see a world where there's balance in space, enough food to eat, where everybody's got a roof, everybody's got a hug, where every heart can beat. The circle is complete. You gotta take great care if you wanna make great care. Oh, we gotta take great care for everyone, everywhere. You gotta take great care if you wanna make great care. Come on, everybody, stand up. We gotta take great care for everyone, everywhere. All right, do it. Sing it loud. Take great care if you wanna make great care. Oh, we gotta take great care of everyone, everywhere. Yeah, you gotta take great care. Yeah, we gotta take great care. Woo! So how that happened was we started it, and then I said, what would happen and why and what and where? All we gotta do is start asking questions and listen. And when you do that, you can create amazing things with people. that previous to that, you might think, I have nothing in common with these people. By asking questions and listening, bringing what you have to a community, to an individual, you can create magical things. But first, you have to be willing to listen. And now, I present to you Mary Judd. And give yourself a hand.
Yeah. So connect, inspire, and transform. As I told Saul, those words yesterday really just popped out. And it's such a nice frame for this talk that we're doing and what we just saw happen, and for what can happen in the future. So thank you again for all the effort that you put into this to help us connect, inspire, and transform. So yesterday, along with listening, as Darden said, you have to show up. And a lot of people showed up and were willing to put themselves out there. How did we get here? Darden and I, in Songwriting with Soldiers. As I told our group yesterday, I've known Darden since 8th grade. We go way back.
She had plenty of time to like.
I did. We went very far apart for many years. And then a mutual friend reconnected us. I live in upstate New York with my family and very happy up there, and Darden in Austin. Came back, or we got on the phone together actually, and he was telling me about his work with school kids at the time. And I was working with the founder of the Discovery Channel, curating really cool retreats. And my curiosity, a question that I had, led us to connect. It's like, what would that be like to talk with Darden? And he said, I'm about to go write a song with some veterans. And I thought, okay, I want to go see that. What would that be like? What would writing a song with a veteran be like? And would Darden be a good presenter at a retreat? So it was just that curiosity showing up together, and then, bam, he sat down and he's listening and he's asking questions and he's pulling a story out of a 22-year-old man who'd already had 5 years in Afghanistan and tattoos all over his body. And just the questions and the stories kept going back and forth. And for all three of us, the stereotypes were flying out the window. And just the heart connection was made. And a beautiful song came out of it. And later, Darden said, I can get more songwriters. This is amazing. And me, coming with my experience working in education and creative writing, and with many of the world's leading researchers into happiness and well-being, I felt a huge responsibility. I felt an amazing opportunity and potential right there, watching the connections, the transformation take place, and I felt like, okay, we have to do this. So we held our first retreat 7 years ago this month, and since that day, we have held retreats all around the country, bringing professional songwriters, veterans from all conflicts, military families, Gold Star families, people who've lost someone in war. And we pulled them together at retreats. We have more than 400 songs on our website, written the Civil War diaries of our time. SongwritingWithSoldiers.org, I urge you to listen to them. Most importantly, we've had so much fun. We've pulled people together who've been to the horrors of humanity and brought them back together to connect through song and creative outlets. And it's changed our lives. It's changed many lives, veterans and songwriters and everyone involved at the retreats. And just as a quick story, last weekend, maybe why we look a little tired, we just came off of a retreat in Colorado and got home Monday. And we had 10 veterans there. And one in particular, a woman named Michelle, was at our retreat last year. And when she came to that retreat last year, she had her service dog, and she looked like Colorado mountain girl, just beautiful, but she was so down and numb and would barely look us in the eye. And she wrote a song, I'm thinking of our groups yesterday who said, we don't talk about death. She wrote a song called 5 Reasons with Bonnie Bishop, and it was about the 5 reasons she's staying alive, and they were her 5 kids. And she detailed in the song a couple suicide attempts. And it's such a sad song and such a beautiful song because she came out and she wrote the song and she was beaming at the end of the retreat. So this year, last weekend, she was there again with her new husband. And she said that song, writing the song, it took the dirt off of her soul and opened her up to be able to see and connect and feel part of something bigger than herself. And she's married, and she was there with her husband, who's an Afghanistan veteran. So he wrote his song. So one song, one idea, one connection, like we had, can lead to so much positive reverb, and the ripple effect. I mean, her family's forever changed, and so many people as a result. So kind of dedicate this session to being able to share these stories to Michelle, to all the veterans, and the families, the songwriters, people who are willing to show up and just connect. One quick thing to let you all know, Friday night, tomorrow night on PBS, check your local listings, there will be a special for Songwriting with Soldiers. We had a concert that was recorded. So you can watch that, you can hear their stories, you can tell other people about it and help us play it forward. Really appreciate it. As neither of us are military, and it has completely opened our eyes to build understanding. And it's a two-way street. They understand that civilians can listen, can care. We don't understand what they've been through and never will fully, but we can care, and we can connect, and we can share the stories and learn better how to help all of us. So thank you for that. And I'm going to turn it back over to Darden to leave you all with a song that was written last weekend in a 2.5-hour session, which is what we do with each veteran. And this was a Vietnam veteran. And we'll tell him later that we played this song for you all and that you'll play it forward. So thank you. Darden.
So what happens when I sit down with a veteran, because like Mary said, we're not veterans. Songwriting with Soldiers is intentionally bringing together civilians with military community. And we're not veterans, so it's exactly what Mary said. Actually, we don't understand, and I'll never understand. You can have an understanding, but you can that to actually understand what somebody has been through, the highs and the lows, is impossible. But when I sit down with a veteran, like this man, his name's Butch, I said, so, tell me why did you join? And what was the story? And what's on your mind? And not just let them talk. It's not really that hard. Everyone is a poet. Everyone is a poet. And it's amazing. I discovered this working with doing this kind of work. When you tell the story that is the deepest impact in your life, I mean, think about each of you. Think about the highest and deepest impact moment of your life. And if you describe that to somebody, your words are going to get super simple. Simple words. And that's the building block of songs, is simple words. I grew up on country music, it's like, it's simple stuff, So Butch was talking to me, and he's a Vietnam vet, so I said, so what do you think about now? Or what are the questions that you have? And he said, my number one question is, why am I here? He said, because I just went into, he goes, man, I was like, I think I had like an angel carried me. He goes, and I was like carrying a Lucky Charm. He told me this story. His very first day in the field, he walks, they're on this patrol, and the bullets start flying, and one ricochets, and this bullet goes, and fell. It hit him in the cheek and fell. That's crazy. So I just sat there and listened to Butch talk and put it into song. Well, I went into combat in an angel's arms, and I must have been carrying a lucky charm. 'Cause nobody ever did me no harm. So I went into combat in an angel's arms. the Mekong River I was baptized, but I still had the fear there in my eyes. The sound that a motor round makes when it flies. In the Mekong River I was baptized. Why didn't I die? And why am I here? What do I do with all these tears? Questions still linger after 51 years. Why didn't I die? Why am I here? I carry these memories, things that I saw. And you think by now I would have left it all. Nights like tonight, it just comes back raw. Carry these memories, things that I saw. And the banana grove ambush, bullets so near. The sound of the wounded rings in my ears. The silence of a man as he's leaving here. Banana grove ambush and bullets so near. Why didn't I die? And why am I here? What do I do with all these tears? The questions still linger after 51 years. Why didn't I die? Why am I here? Why didn't I die? Why am I here? Maybe the reason that I'm alive. Tell these stories so we don't forget. Fight wars, and it's people we lose, 'cause people move on, but I haven't yet. Yeah, people move on, but I haven't yet. So Bruce was really down when we first started that song. By the end of it, he's got a smile on his face. It's a tough song. Sang that song. It was another man at the retreat named Bruce, who was a Vietnam vet. And Bruce was like, played that song. Bruce was, he like couldn't believe it. Reached over and he's holding hands. Two old guys sitting there holding hands. I can feel it now. I see some out there, you feel that emotion that comes through you. It's not like some kind of magician. Just taking a story and translating it, putting it into a song. Truth matters. Truth matters. Like I said in the session yesterday, rhymes are irrelevant. Truth trumps a rhyme. And when you tell the truth, we happen to put it in songs because that's our craft. But when you take the truth and you translate it through your craft, whatever that craft is, you move people. Thank you very much.